usually the shifting of strategies is because of lack of conviction on one strategy. So what I do want you to focus on, to the extent that you can for your area, is spend that time to clarify your strategy and get buy-in on your strategy. Because the whole point of creating a strategy is that it becomes a framework for making future decisions, which is new customer requirement came in. Let's evaluate it through this lens of the strategy we've already agreed on. Is it actually important? Or is it not important? Or is there new information now that requires us to amend the strategy? So it's a much more structured conversation. Oftentimes PMs think, oh, strategy keeps changing, priorities keep changing. But in reality, sometimes it's because the PM or the group PM or the PM director hasn't clarified his or her actual strategy to upper management. And when that clarification and agreement hasn't happened, upper management seems very arbitrary and random because something new comes in and they say, oh, let's work on this. Because they don't have time or context to figure out the strategy for you. But the reason your strategies are shifting all the time, or you feel like priorities are shifting, is because perhaps you need to do a better job of clarifying things. Now, I'm not saying that's in every case, but at least in 50% of the cases I've encountered, this is actually what's going on. In the remaining 50% of the cases, it's just a dysfunctional environment. So that's one possibility. Or it's a rapidly changing industry where things are changing. Crypto was like that 3-4 years ago. AI is like that right now. So of course, things are going to change because of external factors. And the third one is you are an upstart that is trying to unseat a bigger player. So sometimes what happens is when you're trying to do that, you have to react to what the bigger player is doing so that you can seem as big as that big player. So that shift of strategy, if it's done intentionally, is fine. But those are the other situations where I've seen this kind of thing happen. But at least I'll assure you in 50% of the cases, you do have some control, especially if you're a senior PM, a group PM, or a PM director, you have a high degree of control in that 50% of cases so that strategies don't keep shifting.